more contagious than corona, more inviting than a queen. We hope the show goes well, and please.
Very good evening and welcome to MTL. Thank you so much for joining us again at 6 p.m. rather, and thank you so much to Web Africa for sorting out our internet issues. We are back. Yay! Yes. We've got a very, very cool show lined up for you tonight. Of course, because we are finally live again, you are able to send in all of your Facebook requests. You can drop a like, drop a comment, please, please, please. We'll make sure to answer all of your questions and make sure that everything that you say, we'll make sure that Sito answers them, okay? Because we have a very, very special band here this evening. A band that I would imagine we could definitely classify as one of the legendary bands in this country. It is one of my personal favorite bands. They've been around since 1996 and they're still here in 2020. It, of course, none other than the almighty WONDERboom. Take it away, boys. Down the down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole. Tragedy.
what goes on behind the scenes. We're stumbling through my memories, all those things we shouldn't see. Follow me, let's get lost in fantasy. Take my hand, don't look down and feel me. This is all you have to see. Down a rabbit hole. 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 Down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Play that song.
Praying Mantis. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. I'm Cito, that's Martin, that's Wade, that's Jono. Together, we are WONDERboom. Should we give you guys one more? I can't hear you. All right. Careful what you ask for.
Switch up and let's go. Got a rocket full of gas and a pocket full of dough. Eyes are cream, with our shafts. It's like, oh, straight to my house. Please don't slow me, 'cause I'll be alright. Please don't bother me, 'cause I'm not forever. Ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. She said, ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. It don't matter what. A tattoo coming out from the top of her butt. Red lipstick, she's a lunatic. Tick, tick, boom, that's her trick. Please don't smother me, 'cause I'll be alright. Please don't bother me, I've had one on my leg. Ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. She said, ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. It don't matter what you got to do. Get to me. Don't matter what you got to do. Let's go. Said, ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. She said, oh, ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. It don't matter what. I want you to be my guy. She said, oh, ooh, la la, I want you to be my guy. It don't matter what.
And if you weren't, you should be. Chuck hearts, as many as you can. That was fire, that was flames. That was the almighty WONDERboom right here at the MTL studios. I couldn't have asked for a better way to kick off my weekend. Please do me the honor of welcoming to the stage to have a nice chat with me, the boys from WONDERboom. Come on, ladies. Come through, come through, come through, come through, come through. How are you, my mates? How are you, my mates? Sito, you are a legend, my brother bear. Oh, guys.
That was wonderful. Thanks so much. Can I grab you guys some beers? I think you deserve that, eh? So yeah, let's get you guys some beer.
Yeah, now they'll have another. You've had enough. You have a lot of coffee. You've been here for a while. You're like, yeah. No, that's a lot of.
Yeah, geez, I think you might have.
Okay, we were jamming hard through soundcheck, but we were jamming even harder now. That was just fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show. What a privilege and a pleasure to have you. I have been and always will be a massive fan of this band for various reasons. You guys have a massive influence in my life. You didn't realize it. You guys realize that I was in matric when you guys kind of you really broke because you've been around since 1996, but you broke 2001 around about there, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you broke in my mind anyway.
That was the second wave, maybe.
Yeah, in my mind it broke. Okay, so for me, all right. Thank you. It depends when you were in matric. Yeah. Yeah, all the
Cha-cha.
mics
There
are
we
on.
go.
Yeah.
Your mics are on. Amateurs, come on, man.
Amateur. Sorry, it's the first time I've done
Hey,
this.
you amateurs, man.
How does this thing
Yeah,
work?
testing.
Yeah.
Sound
company. Who's in charge of the sound?
Who's in charge of the sound? Fire that man.
It's definitely a case with WONDERboom, and we noticed this when we're on the road, as where you got on the train,
Yeah.
as to what's your best album or your most important era. Was it the CeeLo Long Hair era, first round, version
round,
1?
this is round
Or
two
the
now.
short hair.
Or was it CeeLo Long Hair V2?
Or is it Sito's bad hair decade?
Which
But
was,
your-
which was
Version 3.
2000 to 2010.
2000.
But I mean, before
There
we
used to be,
Decade.
but there used to be a redhead Martin, a young Jono, and a young Wade. But that was long ago. That was the first one.
But you forget, John, I've been grey forever. I just dyed my hair. Because
Yeah.
You were red.
Yeah, but so 2000.
Thank you, Graham. That's very,
No,
very, very,
thank you.
very, very sweet of you to say.
It is hell of a sweet of me, isn't it?
It is,
Yes, it's-
and especially knowing you, like that is really, really sweet of you.
Thank you, dude.
Graham
But
is the most
Even more
charming
so
guy
that we
I know.
Your character, it means a lot.
Oh no, but I'm a sincere person. I wouldn't fluff you if there wasn't
I know.
if wasn't a need. You know,
Yeah.
we're not shooting that kind of movie here. You know, but yeah, I mean,
Graham
you
Fluffer
guys,
Watkins.
Yeah, Graham Fluffer, bracket Watkins. Yeah, but I mean, you guys have been around since the Cretaceous period.
Yeah.
You've had longevity. And the cool factor just gets cooler. How do you get more cool? I'm watching you with envy. I just said to you beforehand, I was like, dude, the glasses, the long hair, how do you get cooler with age? Tell me.
Balance. You got to balance it.
Balance. Is it balance? Is it the shoe or what is it?
It's balance.
Well, listen to Jonathan. He's the youngest. He'll know about age.
Yeah, listen, we've been dealing with ageism for a while now, but but I think when we started to focus more on the music, then we've kind of grown into ourselves more.
I hear you.
And our character, through our music and individually, we've developed, like we've grown into it, if that makes any sense. And there's something to be said about putting in all that time.
We're even playlisted on Jacaranda. That's how.
Yakaranda.
You know you've made it
Jack-
when you're playlisted on Jack.
That's
You
how
do,
comfortable
you
we
do.
are.
Yeah.
We write Jacaranda songs.
Yeah,
now.
or you know you've hit a different demographic when you
Yeah.
landed on Jacaranda. But that's also
I,
cool
I,
as well.
I know that, like, even like an evening like tonight, I know when I'm on my couch at 8 o'clock already, I'm like, wow, I'm getting old, eh?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
Friday night, eh?
And
Isn't
it's
it?
cool. You're okay with it. It's cool to be okay. I mean, so
I'm not okay with it, but
Yeah, no, he's not okay with
I think
it.
we've
I
had-
used to not
I
be
think
okay
we've
with
had
it.
fun and we continue to have fun.
you have that because
We watched early bands go on the road in the early days
Wait, you're not projecting. You don't have to.
Talking to the mic,
and
bro.
having some success.
But wait,
Talking-
It's the
the
acoustics.
early days though. Tell us about the early days. There must have been the hard slog. There must
so
have
we
been.
did. We saw a lot of bands in the early days. We'd go around and they were having radio success. It was much easier to get played back in those days, or it was a different era really. And they went on their first tour, and they realized
Bad
they
notes,
get
though.
on so well. And then on the second tour, they're hating each other,
Yes.
you know. And I think I think we've had our fights before where I could see people backstage and go, "Whoa, this is the end of this band," you know, and it was only the beginning. But yeah, I think we got past that. We got past that point. It's like a family thing now, and we do this band fundamentally because we love it.
we got
It
the
is.
right formula.
It is. I mean, I'll watch you guys.
Yeah, and you know, coming back earlier to playlisting and that as well. I mean, it's not. I think this is a real different topic, but that we playing the music that we love. We're not writing to get radio play. So
No,
that's why
completely.
we
But it's
picked the real
nice.
Jacaranda this
It
time,
is
eh?
nice though.
To get radio play, and obviously,
Absolutely,
but I mean,
yeah.
I look at you guys and I watch you guys, and there's just comfort and trust. You guys are like, bro, you guys, you got my back. I know whatever happens, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
that's
my
what it is.
thing, and then it's
We
gonna
spend a
work. You
lot of
just know
time-
it's gonna
we
work.
spend a lot of time very close to each other.
It's also
Yes.
because if you do make a mistake,
The other
then if
exit-
looks could split, you'd be surfing.
Oh
you know?
yes, yeah.
It's crack heavy, uncomfortable, like, you know.
Listen,
Hope drops a dart in your direction
Yeah,
just to punish you.
Yeah,
these guys have seen me at my worst.
Yes.
Like in life, like
Yeah.
and
And his best.
And
though.
at my
And
best.
His best. That was
but
great.
but
Let me
they
tell you,
still
that was great.
That was a good Wednesday.
Yeah. That was the best day of our lives. We had a band. We had the band.
That's a bit like the
practice.
and
English
they're still
summer, bro.
and they're still hanging out with me, which is beautiful.
But you know they love you when your mates rag you. They know they're ragging the heart of you, but it's because they know you so well and so intimately, and they love you unconditionally.
Yeah,
My family, I always say, my family trained me for school and WONDERboom. Been ragged on.
Yes.
Because I was born with red hair and freckles.
Pale.
And glasses.
left-handed.
Yes.
Left-handed, and I played music. What a handicap! What a handicap!
Dude, you started in the negatives there. You were like -3.
I was minus cool.
Yeah.
I was like in the minus schools. Minus groove, minus cool. Very white kid, minus. Groove, minus.
melanin. Yeah.
Gets burnt easily in the sun.
Burnt easily in the sun.
Minus.
Can't read in class.
Minus.
Blind.
Can't sing.
But can't sing, can't dance. It's like, give him a guitar. Who thought that was a good idea?
You nailed it though.
No
bro.
one. No one. There was no one.
Well, at least you had one shot. You were basically
It's a trick question.
you were 6 strings away from becoming a Bergie, bro. You were like
You know
you
what
were
I
on
mean?
the cusp, dude. No one wanted
He still
you.
is.
He still is though, but you
But he
you
redeemed
actually-
himself. He
Martin, you're one of the coolest guys I
He
know.
is.
So your cool factor, whatever you didn't have, oh man, you've got in abundance now. You're the wealthiest man in the cool
Exactly.
factor than anyone else I met. Hey, isn't that
Anybody
right,
I
guys?
know that knows Martin, just
The legend.
they know he's got the
He'll
got
make
the
a plan.
infectious personality. You just want to hang out with him. You know, I just think about him and I get goofed.
I just said, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's just such
people
a
just like to
pity you
get
didn't
high
have
around
kids,
you.
bro, because I think you would have had the coolest kids.
Yeah, I do have kids though.
I know you've got dogs, but they don't,
Dogs, yeah,
they
but
don't
they
share
don't
your
live
genetic.
They don't live long exactly.
Some of them do have his genetic.
I'm gonna say it like it is.
And they ain't cheap.
No, it's yeah. Kids, I don't know. I didn't want to be the not their dad. I'm not there at the best of times mentally.
Well,
you
that's
know? Like,
an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Being on the road, living out of the suitcase. I mean, anyone who's been in a successful band will know that that's one of the most taxing parts of our
No,
craft.
we love it. That's our favorite part of life.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
though? Is
That's
it they're living out of the
absolutely love it, and
No,
now
it's hard.
now even more
It's hard.
that we
it's
can't
dirty,
do
it's-
it.
Yeah. That's where we come alive.
Even more.
Is that so?
You know.
So you guys are the gypsies then? You dig
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
You know what? I think that if you're not on the road, you could still be living out of a suitcase.
I hear you. Okay, cool.
So just be grateful for what you have.
That is a wisdom package.
It's pseudo
package-
philosophy, right
That's
there.
right there. That's right
That's
there.
beautiful.
Good to have a suitcase. You know?
It is. So you, 2001, you were in Rampart Primary, round and round about there.
2000, I think I was a stand of 5. I
Yeah.
was born in 88.
So you're definitely the youngster, the whippersnapper.
Yeah.
Yo, I bring down the age as a whole.
You
so
level it out.
everyone
Born
Gets
in
different
88.
demographic.
Do they
So
lecture
Jonathan
you?
was 8 years old when the band started. Have I done the maths correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I only started playing when I was 9.
We had already had children in rehab when he was.
I'm the second longest serving drummer, and like one of these days I'll be the longest drummer.
So from what age did you join the band then?
25?
Around about.
Feels
I was
like
hoping
23.
for a story of like
if-
12. Yeah, I heard the band when I was like 8. Practiced for 3 years, joined the band, got snuck into.
Yeah, man. So that's incredible. I mean, I think it's an incredible privilege as well for you as a young musician coming in
Yeah,
and,
it's nice.
and
yeah.
having access to not just friends but people that have the caliber they do. And I say that because I know one of the things that when I kind of joined my band, although they necessarily weren't older than I was, in fact they were a little bit younger, they'd been in the industry in terms of that scene from a technical point of view much longer than I had.
So
Yeah, but you got the best
And it's
drummer in
so
the
so
South
important. I
Africa.
do. Matt Marinas is the best drummer.
best drummer, best guitarist, best bassist. They're just brilliant.
They were just they were
Brilliant
masters,
musicians.
yeah. And I think just learning from them and becoming in myself a better musician. And I think that's what you do ultimately. And
Well,
you-
to play, you want to become better is not necessarily go to lessons or
Surround
whatever. It's
yourself
just
with
jam
greatness.
with dudes that are much better than you are. Kick your ass
But
every time you
intimidating,
walk.
bro.
Kick your ass every time you walk into the room. You know,
Yeah, and
or you're scared about. I've worked with some music directors before, John Frisk, where you walk into the room and you're like, hey, I better know my shit, and I better have my A game, because when he tunes go, it's go, and there's no like, sorry about that chord. It's like you got to do it, you know.
I also play with John Frisk, and before I played with him, I tuned him, John. I hope you know what you're playing, because
Yeah, but
You
he's
know
one
what-
of them.
What
I'm
also,
not
keeps us,
gonna be
what also
impressed.
keeps us on our A game is
I'm not gonna be impressed.
rehearsing in hard mode.
Mm.
And hard mode, for those that don't know, you must go and research.
don't do it in easy mode. Like you could do
It's
something easily.
Doing something to handicap yourself a little bit, so that when it comes to the actual event or whatever, you're like,
You know, like jogging guys who wear the weights around the ankles.
Yes, yeah.
or whatever.
You
Like,
match fit, yeah.
So we handicap ourselves at rehearsals usually a little, so that we sharp.
handicap.
What kind of handicaps are we talking about here? Is this excessive alcohol consumption? What kind of
No,
handicap?
Weights on your ankles.
I tried that
That's
once,
the
but that
first
didn't
one.
work
Yeah.
out so well.
I just find that doesn't work very well. So, anybody at home, if you guys want to drop us a question, drop us a like, throw hearts. I see a couple over there. I can
Yeah.
see it on the screen over there.
See some over there. I see someone's asking. We'll see what. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys live.
Are you guys going to be doing any
Yeah.
more live streams?
Tell
One
us
one
all
coming
yeah.
up?
about that.
We're doing a great one with Urban Sessions
Oh yeah.
on the 18th of July.
18th
Cito's
of July.
birthday.
Oh man. Hey, you're July baby.
There's
I'm on the
an,
24th of
I
July.
know.
there's another
Yes,
famous
okay.
South African man. What's his name?
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
And
My
Pete
deeps.
Witter.
The other famous
that's
South
right.
African.
Anyway,
So the
we're gonna-
18th of July, you guys are going to be. Can we get tickets for that?
Yep, the tickets are open now on CompuTickets. So if you want to book your ticket, now,
Price wise, we're looking at
I think
what?
It's about $80.
80 bucks.
That's
Hey?
not bad. Hey?
What a
80 bucks.
pleasure, guys. 80 rand. That's a flippin'. That's cheaper than a
Bargain.
wimpy breakfast,
Yeah.
bro.
We're in your lounge. We
Oh.
bring our Wonder World into your lounge. We play at you, with you.
And I mean,
in
for
you.
people that haven't seen you guys before, and I mean, they had butter sample. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
they really are one of the greats, and they are greats for a reason. So do yourself a favor, go and check them out. 80 bucks. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
What can you get for 80 rand nowadays? I'll tell you what. You're gonna get class
Box
if
of
you
smokes,
a
yeah.
box of smokes, yeah.
But cheap ass ones.
But cheap ass ones, where the warning says smoking may cause blindness. That's how bad they
Tell
are.
you what,
Hey
guys,
man,
I'm gonna drop the link to that. I've got the link here.
Oh, please do, man.
I got it from Yolandi. So if you guys can go to the Marshall Takeover Lounge page, I'm dropping the link in the comments there,
Cool.
and you'll be able to. There it is. It's up live.
Can you tag
Click on
me?
it. Can I tag? I'm not. We're not friends on Facebook yet. It's sad because now we're friends.
Otherwise,
here, but
I
mean,
can't. If you don't
But,
tag me, I don't know where to find it.
Don't worry, he doesn't
you
have
don't know
many
where to
friends, so
find
don't
it.
worry.
I see. Yeah.
So wait,
So wait,
you've been
Wade's
you've been
happy.
abandoned,
I'm
dog.
sorry to make my problems yours.
No, it's all good.
Wade's happy, yeah.
So are you in the band? Who's kind of like the you're the soundy. You're the guy that makes sure that everything sounds good. You're very vocal. But I mean, when the songwriting process, are you the anal guy with the mixes? Do you sit and picking things apart?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
It's very
I
critical.
tell them what I
Tough
don't
customer.
like, but not how to fix it.
But often, but that's yeah,
2 days too late.
yeah. Okay? 2 days too late. Yeah, but you know the thing is though, the
You know,
2 days after the mix was due.
the after mix
Yeah.
and when everything was done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love sound. I'm involved in it in all sort of aspects of my life. But Martin and Cito, in terms of producing and mixing and that kind of thing, have committed a lot over the years. So I certainly have my say.
Yeah.
But
Because it's a very different skill to have.
yes.
It's something that is developed. You either have it off the bat,
Yeah.
but then some people have to kind of learn it, and it can be learned. But it really is a separate part of the industry.
A
That
whole
mix,
separate part of it.
yeah,
like-
the whole sonic universe that comes with
100%.
an album is a very
I think
difficult
when you're
thing.
into music or into recording music and doing original music, you've obviously got a natural interest for production and
Sure,
how things
sure,
sound
sure.
and so on and so forth. I always
think
joke.
we each
I
have a
always,
good
I always
feel for
laugh
recording.
how all my musician friends, I look at them. I'm involved in sort of the hi-fi business, if you like, as well. And I always look at my friends and always go to their homes and I go, but you listen through a Bluetooth speaker. You don't even have a bit of a hi-fi system at home. You
Yeah.
know? So that always blows my mind.
Wait,
But
that's what he
but
says every time.
yeah, he says. Wear
No, but I hear
headphones.
you. But I think that's an old school thing because I mean, we were talking
Yep.
beforehand,
Yep.
and we were saying like you were there. You first went to the vinyl stage, then the CD stage, and the cassette stage and stuff like that. And I mean, do you remember like buying music? You bought it for the album.
Yeah.
The Oak spent a lot of time banging a whole album together, and you listen to it, and there was a through line and a journey.
And
you
the-
get to the
and
end,
the
and you're just
Journey
like
section, yeah.
And even the artwork.
everything.
You get home, the smell of the fresh ink and gatefold sleeves and
Dog, and then
lyrics on inner sleeves and that. Wow, you know.
And then you get to now, where it's like kind of like Twitter. It's the attention span is one song long.
Yeah, if it doesn't grab you by 30 seconds, then
Boof, it's you're dead in the water.
you're dead in the water.
You're dead in the water. I mean, have you guys kind of moved on with the times? Are you still of that old school
we
thought?
still aim for the 30 seconds.
Yeah, I've heard it's actually 7 seconds.
Is it 7
I
seconds?
will have to
now?
look out for it if
announce
there's
our
a hook
latest song
within
that's
7
just been
seconds.
playlisted
changing
on
all the
Jacaranda,
time.
so therefore
It's changing all the time,
30
you know?
seconds.
But yeah, we're still. I mean, at least most of us in the band are purists, and yeah.
But that comes from. I mean, that's the purist thing is kind of earned in a sense because you've been through the mill. You know how it works.
We've
The
never
fun.
really written formula
For radio,
style
in a
for
sense,
radio. or anything
yes.
like that. We've just gone in our own kind of, and sometimes it's worked for us, and a lot of the time it hasn't.
I think isn't that
But for radio wise,
Four lucky guys.
I
Four
think
lucky guys.
I think the industry if we're a consistent wheel that turns with like gears in, occasionally we fit into the industry at the time.
I hear you. I hear
the
you.
microwave.
And no one heard.
At the
and-
at the time.
At
At the time, so there's like a gear shift thing. So
Yeah, so
sometimes
you
we
relevant-
just carry on, and
Yeah.
then sometimes it's trendy or it clicks with people or it doesn't,
Yeah.
but the wheel still turns.
So it's
Farming
never.
thing.
It's so. Would
we
you?
currently have the number 5 on 5FM for the indie
Indie charts.
Yes, the
And
indie charts.
Go figure, because it doesn't happen often, but sometimes randomly it does.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, so are you influencers, or who influenced you guys growing up? I mean, I know the list must be long.
I think
Blink
I think
182.
that maybe the best thing to do is maybe ask each one for one or two bands because we
Okay.
could
Please,
go
let's
on
do that.
forever.
Okay, I wanna start-
but I don't know. Please don't go for
Oh, no,
it.
cool.
So
I'll start with you, Sita. Who's influenced you?
Initially, definitely you two.
You got a bit of a Bono vibe. I said it all fair.
Nah,
Yeah.
you busted me there, man.
No, I did.
Very much Radiohead for most of my sort of later years, and then I like a lot of the other sort of trip hop stuff like Massive Attack,
Oh, yeah.
Depeche Mode, and songs, bands like that. But I've got a very wide taste.
All good frequency bands. They're very much like they just were the right frequency at the time. You know, I can't explain it any other way. They were just like they resonated at the time. It's like that. You know what I mean? I can't explain it in any other.
And that's what music's about. It's just like how you present those notes, which is frequency and the timing of them and the currency of them and the pitch of them and all it is
time.
how you present those notes, and those bands, like you say, presented them with the right
You know,
presentation.
I mean, how many musicians don't we know that have been influenced by just that list over there? I mean, those are special bands, you know. So
we've
I'm getting there.
We've always thanks. So I'll answer that now. But I think we've always as a unit kind of had our influences, but always never wore them too much on our sleeves because they're so varied.
Yes.
They're so varied amongst us.
We just play good music.
No, but it does. But it does. You play good music, yes.
Just good
But it
music.
trickles into
I don't like bad music.
your choices. Your choices are influenced, whether it be consciously or
So
subconsciously.
100%. And
Totally agree with you there.
sometimes we'll even go, that kind of reminds me of this song, but it's because the influences are so
It's
deep
there, bro.
deep
It's
in you.
actually on a
Doesn't matter
molecular
how you present it. It's going to be it's going to somehow come out in your DNA.
Completely.
But what
But so-
happens is recollection of 4 guys who express it in the same way, and that's why it works.
Completely. No, it's definitely. We always use the Captain Planet approach. You know,
We
together
all
they're just
jam
random
funny,
oaks
but
with
we jam
rings,
on the same.
but together they summon Captain Planet and it becomes mighty. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a mighty thing. Yeah, please hit me, bro.
We've had so many we've had so many similar interests, and because we've been together so long, some bands that I'm into
Hello,
now is
hello,
because
hello,
of
hello,
my
hello.
relationship with Martin and Cedar that I got
Yeah.
in, and it feels like my original influences almost, you know.
Yeah.
But we've definitely had very diverse influences, and a lot of our first albums, in fact, most of our albums, when we listen back, we go. Everyone sort of was on a theme, you know. The band would start, and that was the vibe at the time. Could have been the grunge era, or the you know, whatever it may be. And we always used to listen to our albums, and they were very eclectic. We had a very different. We listened to one song and then the next one, and go, Jesus, they don't sound like they're from the same band or the same genre. At least
Exactly,
anyway.
but
Yeah.
that's
we've
what
we've WONDErboomerized them, if you like. you
yeah,
know,
but that's what kept you interesting. I think that's what kept
yeah,
you relevant,
kept us interested.
and it kept you interested because it does. You
And
can
again-
fall into a trap of monotony, right?
Again, I think that comes from that vast, broad influence. So where a lot of Cedo's influences are the right frequencies and very sensitive stuff. Mine from growing up I started like as a early teenager,
Long hair.
getting very into rockabilly and punk, which was
Yeah.
my reference.
Yes,
Which was my like far
because you
less.
played in the Rockabilly Ravens for a bit, yeah.
So it was far less it was far less melodic.
Yes, I know.
Far less melodic music
Yeah.
than, for example, what Cedo comes with, but a lot more frantic and energetic. So then you can kind of hear that sensitive WONDERboom side and that frantic, energetic thing kind of coming together, and then
Then you throw in Wade,
and
and you got another, and then you throw in me, and then it's.
and then, so when you throw in Wade, which I'll sure tell you a lot of his influences now, his early influences, he became the gel in between this thing.
So are you guys the most important acts in the band? Because rhythm section is
I would say
everything,
that's,
bro.
you know, if it comes down to music, I've had the best taste,
For
and
music-
John has had the
musically-
worst. Without a
And he's
doubt.
right. Jono's got the worst taste in music. He's a great drummer.
Are you-
He's
are
got
you-
listens
are
to
you-
shit.
What do you listen to?
I like the Linkin
Be
Park.
honest, no, not the cool stuff. Don't tell him the cool
lost-
stuff.
No, man.
Don't tell him the cool stuff.
Fleetwood
Tell
Mac.
him the honest stuff.
He's saying all the cool, he's saying all the right.
He's saying all the right
Google
things.
Dolls, Graham Watkins Project.
Oh, the best, man. The best, man. The absolute best. You great. What talk about? This man's got great taste in music, man. Wait, influences you.
We had a lot of the same influences.
Yeah.
I still to this day love the alternative scene and a lot of goth music. Still, I still love Mission albums. I love the Fields of the Nephilim still, and I listen
Yes.
back to that.
The Police.
And then I'll turn around and say, like, probably my favorite artist of all time was George Michael and later stuff in terms of his
Yeah.
production and his songwriting
And his lifestyle.
and so on. And so on.
Yeah, do you know that George Michael was actually sued by Cadbury's? Do you know that?
What?
He was careless with a whisper.
Oh, stop it. Oh, my God.
Let me just say that's not the worst George Michael joke.
That gets full dad joke approval from me. Full on.
That's not the worst George Michael joke ever.
I know, man. I know. I'm actually I was a huge fan of George Michael. I thought he was one of the best vocalists
Alright.
for the
I feel
longest
sorry
time.
for
Really.
you guys.
All right.
No, and a great,
I
yeah.
listened to
Killer
Patience the other
musician.
night.
Amazing musician.
And a little bit of a weep almost.
He
you know?
likes
so
George
beautiful.
Michael and Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, old
So
Barbara.
guys, I want to get into some comments here.
Okay.
Just a couple. So, firstly, I think you guys have just about been booked for a 40th. Someone's like asking about, can you guys jam their 40th alongside Shadow Club? I saw Mariska got in there. She was like, I'll let the guys know. You may have just been in on a 40th.
I think-
That's
I think-
the first
We'll
on
take
the
it.
show.
I think that's an illegal proposition, eh? I feel like a
I'm a musician too, you know. You book Shadow Club. I'm hurt. Them I get. Shadow Club. What about me?
Only if we're practicing social distancing and
Yes.
all the proper protocol.
Yes. And social distance and all that nonsense. But
And less than 50 people at 5,000 rand each, is it?
yeah. Yes. Or one guy at 50,000. So it'll work. Yeah, but that's cool.
It's a
eh?
gamble.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I'll tell you what will be a gamble is having these cats at your 40th.
So
but I think we'll
Farah's
record a
another
cool
comment.
birthday
I'm
party that
interested
would
to know
be.
what the
Did you many
outside world has
birthdays?
to say.
We've done a lot of
well,
40th.
other than that, the outside
Funny
world
enough.
is, I think a lot of people missed your 15-minute performance earlier because they're like, cool, stop talking, more music, and when are you guys going live vibe? So I think we've got guitars next to us. Should we
jam
appease some
Yeah,
people's
man.
FOMO out
You know what? I've never
Yeah,
played
man.
guitar before.
Let's get.
Oh, John has a loose cannon,
yeah.
yeah.
Over there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
I
man.
need a
On it. What should we play?
Let's do. Should we do Never? No. Should we do something new? We could do Southern.
Yo, right where you are.
Say something that people know, man.
I'll have to retune for that. But I can do that.
No, just drop it quick. We know it works. All right.
I went north in search of love from Scandinavia. Time to see the right thing to do. Couldn't afford it, got deported, so now I remain here. This is my story, how about you? You are my southern light. You shine at me like a bright star in the night. There's no apologies, only epiphanies. That's what you do to me, that's what you do. You are my traffic light. Tell me when to stop, when to go, when I take it slow. I'll wait for your sign. I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait. I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait. We chose to roam, but we could have stayed. Hitting the road like we do. I gotta hand it to you. Yeah. You are my southern light. You shine at me like a bright star in the night. There's no apologies, only epiphanies. That's what you do to me, that's what you do. You are my traffic light. Tell me when to stop, when to go, when I take it slow. I'll wait for your sign. I'll wait, 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 I'll wait.
Yeah.
You are my southern light. You shine at me like a bright star in the night. There's no apologies, only epiphanies. That's what you do to me, oh, that's what you do. You are my traffic light. Tell me when to stop, when to go, when I take it slow. I wait for your sign. I'll wait, 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 I'll wait.
Yeah.
Drop the microphone.
Johnny, that was
Guys,
special tonight, brother.
apart from being sexually assaulted by his tambourine, I had the best seat in the house. Thank you so much, guys. No, you were fantastic. Oh man, it was nothing. Yeah, man. You know what? I get it now. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit starstruck by you guys because you'll never say it because I'll never say it to your faces. But when I'm sitting here, I find it kind of finally get the whole campfire, or let me move that for you. That whole kind of campfire-y. When people have their mouths open and everything, you know.
Hashtag all alone.
That's not a campfire. Those are German adult films.
Wrong
I
campfire.
haven't seen any pornos around the
Oh
campfire.
man, I was. I just think it's just so cool. You know, thank you. It's just cool, man. You know, like I think a lot of people when they sit and watch music and they watch bands, they do it for the love of the music. But there's something special about this.
So this for me, Graham, I'm glad you brought this up. This for me, I just call tangible.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's tangible to people. It's here, it's now. It's not off a memory stick. It's not watching TV. It's not a click of a button. It's not an app. It's never the same, as you heard from the mistakes now. So it's
Sorry about that.
sorry about that, Jonathan. It's sorry for Jonathan.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know.
It's that.
It's real.
There's a chemistry that we have that, regardless of whether we succeed or not in music, it's that connection that we have.
We
as
have a good
brotherhood.
time. We have
As
a
a
good
brotherhood, when we perform together, when we write songs together, just hanging out together and just
It
just
brings
being
you back,
together.
but keeps you coming back.
I'm like personally, I know Sito is we all are, but big fans of music. Like my joke is, I'm always way too much of a groupie to be a rock star. Like
Right.
I check guitarists out or people I love, and I'm like,
Do
wow,
you do that
I'm
as
like,
well?
that's amazing.
Do you find yourself
That's
like,
amazing.
being a bit creepy about it sometimes?
Yeah,
You're
it's a
like,
bit weird, eh?
No, that's
oh,
me.
I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that with
I'm
Jacob
the-
Collier. I can't get my
Sito
mouth
gets
just
the best
I get
star fuck ever. Eh?
heavy band crushes. Bad.
Yeah,
I embarrass myself. Actually.
Yeah, I know, man. It gets bad. But so, from the writing process, I mean, do you each handle your own bits? Does someone come with a finished song or an idea? Is it lyrics? Do you handle the lyrics? How does it work? No.
No, there's no real formula, because sometimes it can come from a concept, it can come from a drum beat, it can come from a lyric, it can come from a riff. So there's no real formula, but
You know what? It's when we're sound checking and we have a lot of time to kill.
Oh, yeah, but the
and
sound
we play
check song.
together with nice sound, like a nice sound system on stage, and then we play songs, and those are our best songs.
so how it actually gets put together. I wish it was that easy. Jono believes it's that easy, which is cool. He thinks it's that easy, which is great.
That's all I need to do to make it.
So it's like, why didn't I know that, man? Fuck, I should have been doing that years ago.
getting
Just sound
secrets away,
checking. Should just sound
Just
check.
play when you're not expecting it.
No, sometimes one of us, it's mostly Martin and I. Well, we do the songwriting, the initial seeds, and then we present to the guys, and the guys put in their inputs and stuff like that. But sometimes it's Martin will write music and lyrics, and then present it to me, and then we'll start workshopping from that seed. Sometimes I'll come with music and lyrics, and same story. Sometimes he writes lyrics. Sometimes I write his guitar solos. In pre-production songwriting
No
vibes.
one tells Wade what to play.
But nobody tells Wade what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be quite a thing. Like I always say with WONDERboom lyrics, and Jolandi, our manager, always hammers us. Why can't you just say "I love you" or something about like? Because not that our lyrics are cryptic, but we do pay attention to it. Personally, I can't stand the cat sat on the mat type lyric or the very obvious. The very obvious kills me. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Lyrically, I cannot. Bands for me,
And
like
why we're not driving
bands
Ferraris
for
right now.
people like I can give you three of them right now for me: Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, and Alex
Bob
Turner.
Sinclair.
And Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys.
Yes.
Fucking
Great
poets.
Can I
lyricists.
just-
Right, like
Arctic Monkeys.
done.
Lyrically,
Yeah.
they're actually
Alex
better
Turner's
lyrically.
Alex
than they are
Turner's
as
a
band.
modern day
Yeah.
poet. He's
He
a
is,
modern
dude.
poet. He's a genius.
He is absolutely
genius.
no,
And Nick
completely.
Cave, obviously.
Completely. And you know, another person that I love who seems to hate his lyrics is Chris Martin from Coldplay. I think he's one of the greatest lyricists
Oh, yeah, he's
around.
also great.
He's
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's cool. Like, yeah,
He is.
nicely thought about. Yeah.
no. If you listen to his earlier work, I'm talking like I'm talking parachutes,
Parachutes,
kind
what
of
an album.
Rush of Blood to the Head,
Yeah,
kind of
definitely,
real.
yeah.
Great lyrics, great lyrics.
Definitely.
Parachutes, what a great album.
I agree with you.
Guys, I want to get into a couple comments.
Yeah,
quickly,
please.
yeah? So firstly, people that want to know, where can they get your merch? Some people are curious about
Ah,
it.
cool.
Go
Just
to
go
your
to
ZA.
just go to
We
on
have an online store?
our online store.
On our Facebook page,
There it is.
on our Facebook page,
Or,
on our
or link via our
website.
website www.wonderboom.co.za.
Yeah, at the third W is very important.
Get that online store. You can get the merch there.
You can get all sorts of dodgy info from us on www.wonderboom.co.za.
You guys have got some pretty cool merch.
And if you really Google us, you'll get some really dodgy info. Yeah, but we do have cool merch.
You got cool merch.
We
guys.
that I will stand up
I
and
tell you
say.
what, it's
If you
it's
phone
10 out of
Wade's
10 merch.
personal number, then you get something.
Another cool comment I have here, guys. This will
Your mate.
This would be a bit of an R moment, I think, for you guys. Maybe just scroll a bit up here from Roxanne Farquharson. Hey, Roxy. It says, WONDERboom were the start of my love for South African local music.
Thank you.
When I was a young girl, probably 13, 14 years old, my dad used to take me to shows and often at Back to Basics.
Back.
Yeah.
Can I tell you some?
that's
What's her name? Roxy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roxy. Someone asked me what was one of the best shows I've ever done in this band. And besides a lot of the big stuff and the cool,
one we
amazing
just
lighting and
did
that, one of the best personal shows I've ever had was at Back to Basics one night, where the place was so heaving. There was, first of all, like queues around the place back when there was queues at
That's what
venues.
happens when you
And
at a gig.
there was people on the tables. I specifically remember there was this bunch of girls that followed us around called the Forum Girls. And I remember there was tons of people, but there was them that night on the tables. What was a restauranty, pizzery, semi-civilized vibe turned out to be this bras off tables, raucous, tequila flying, snot flying. It was beautiful. What an amazing... We had such a nice gig that night. So. Well, I did anyway. Fuck you.
You know, no, but I think, you know, I think about it, I've got one of those as well with Splashy Fen where the tent almost fell down. It was rocking so hard, bro. But it's like there's a certain moments that
We've got dodgy weather at Splashy. right?
bro,
You
but
know,
it's always, but it's part of the, it's part and parcel of the thing, man. It's like it isn't. That's like,
The directions of getting
the
out
elements.
of there. I mean, left or right? What do you?
oh, dude, and then the
It's all a dirt road.
yeah, and then so like, are you sad that the scene's taken a bit of a dip because it has taken a bit of a dip?
No.
The live music scene in South Africa is it needs resuscitation. In fact, it's
All
going-
around the world.
all around the world.
But I think it's been happening prior to COVID.
Yeah.
It's been happening. It's been slowly, gradually.
People-
Sort of,
Do you
need
think
to learn
COVID's
what-
going to be the defibrillator that kind of shocks the heart again, and people are going to
Yeah.
run out and go, "Oh, I just want to watch anything. I'll watch a guy suck watermelon through a hose pipe just to get a bit of
Well, they-
entertainment."
Again, those German adult movies.
Maybe not that much. Maybe somewhere in between. Let's
maybe
go
guavas.
half the difference, split the difference.
But I mean, people are checking shit like that now. So online, you know.
Yeah.
But,
news.
It's
but
awesome.
I think we're not going to have. I don't think we're going to have. It's never going to go back to the sort of the heyday. But I think the gigs are going to be far more appreciative. As far as artists are concerned, we definitely have to make more of an effort to draw people to these gigs.
I think so.
Like, make these events a fucking events. Like, don't just treat it as another do me a favor, come and check me play.
Get people
Like,
off the couch.
that's
Give
the
them a
thing. That's
reason.
the
Let's
thing.
make these events special so that all your friends want to be there. We can all share in this energy because that's where the magic's at the end of the day.
Because I do find that like a lot of the big events that kind of were made special, those sponsors have pulled out, or they necessarily aren't allowed to advertise anymore. Like the smoke brands. The smoke
Sure.
brands used to be a massive, remember
We've
the
taken
the
hundreds
Stuyvesant
of
parties,
thousands of
bro?
tobacco companies in our career.
Yeah.
We'll take more.
Yeah, so we I think we're in desperate need of big corp funding a lot of these things, to bring it back. Because I don't know about you, well, I'm going to tell you right now, sitting here, hearing this and feeling this and being in direct contact with it, I miss it so much.
That's what I was saying just now. That tangible, real thing. Like watching
can't get it
watching
over
on a
there.
screen is great, and watching and having the tech and that is all great. But that vibe of being in a room and feeling a bass drum hit you in the chest
I think the
is
You're right. That kick, the kick in the heart.
big
yeah.
events are what are not going to happen as much, and I think the intimate events is where it is going to happen for us, because this magic that you're talking about now is really happening in an intimate environment.
Definitely. It's hard to achieve on a 20,000.
Yeah.
rig.
So I think we're going to be back to basics in that
We're more of a stadium
bringing
band,
bringing the events and bringing the experience in a more close proximity kind of a
Tangible.
thing, intimate space, and it's more exclusive. And also with this whole COVID thing, there's probably going to be a lot more basement underground parties.
look
Yeah.
out for small
Events,
concerts. That's all.
Like sexual. Like
Yeah.
So I think that is going
It's
to
kind of like prohibition style,
and
going to get ugly vibes.
and
yeah.
that's where it all started, back in the day, If you
if
think
you're there
about
tomorrow, we can have
50s,
Yeah.
60s,
I'm actually so
underground
excited
parties.
for that. I
Think,
want to go to
think
one
of the
right
early
now.
rave scene and that in
bro.
Berlin and
Okay.
London.
Yeah.
It wasn't Radio 1 going, oh, come and take your pills with us this weekend. it was 200 skanks in a
Yes,
warehouse.
bro, where the only light was one UV light that lit one
Yeah.
light to
And people
light them all.
and what does
people
Donald
fighting
want
to
to
get
do?
to
That?
that.
Stick it up your bum and light you from the inside.
I had to go there again. All right.
Okay, enough there. We have to go to commercial.
Guys, we unfortunately are coming to the end of a very beautiful friendship.
Oh, no.
I know, man.
Did I say the wrong thing?
No, I'm getting
A few
a
times.
countdown here.
A few
We're not actually on any specific
Can I
countdown.
join the
but,
band, eh?
but
Yeah.
you are
Yeah,
coming,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Say, please, eh?
No,
You and
it's
Martin
all
have the same jacket on. You can't sit together.
I actually feel so. You know what?
right. Easy with a little bit of sanity. Oh,
Let me
I'm
sit
actually not
between you guys
needed
so you
here.
don't notice that it's the same.
Come sit there, sit there, sit there.
Wait, let's all four of us sit on the fucking same thing.
So,
This is what it should have been.
so I think on behalf of everyone back home, on behalf of myself and the crew here, it's been an absolute businessing pleasure with you lads. Thank
We
you.
love you lots.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank
drummer's
you,
in my
Graham.
ear.
Your drum is in your ear. Story of your life, though, isn't it?
It's better than my bum is on your lips. You know what I mean?
Guys,
Graham,
don't
from
forget.
us, thank you for inviting
Thank you
us.
for being here.
Pleasure.
And having
We had a
us.
wonderful day,
Oh,
and I love your work. I love your band.
thank you, man.
And what you've got going here is very, very cool. Thank you for doing it. We need it.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank
Cool.
you for just being such a lacquer oak, as always.
What a pleasure, my
Really.
friends. Hey, absolute
Always like
pleasure.
to hang out. Thank you.
And a big thank you, of course, to Urban Crust for giving us pizza. How good was the pizza?
Yeah, it was
Thank
very
you.
nice, eh?
Beautiful. Thank you.
So
The
good.
vegetarian is nice.
Of course, don't forget to catch WONDERboom's live stream on the 18th of July. It's $80 a ticket. The link is on the MTL page. If you don't go and watch it, you will be cuck. Guys, we have a little bit of tradition here.
Yes.
We get you to play us out, which I hope you're going to do. Okay, but before we do that, can we just do a little harmonized goodbye? So goodbye. Please don't be cucked. That was in Beef Fraught Suspicious, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, thank you. Go play us out while I say thank you to everybody
All right,
on,
cool.
on
Bye,
Facebook.
cheers.
Get out of here.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Cheers.
Get out of here. Throw those hearts. Please throw those hearts. Thanks for liking us. If you haven't, please go and subscribe to our page. It's the Marshall Takeover Lounge. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when we're on. Join us again on Wednesday for singer-songwriter sessions. And, of course, every Friday for Full Band Friday. It's been an absolute pleasure having these guys on thing. And really, they've made the show so worth watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. And for us, please don't be cucked. Take it away, boys.
More contagious than Corona, more vital than the Queen. MTL. I hope the show goes well. And please, don't be cock. Yeah.